One of the things I've been reading about recently is about tipping points, yeah? And the idea that you actually need relatively few people to shift their opinion to see a tipping point and a societal change. One bit of Harvard research I've had a look at was talking about 3.5% is a tipping point. If you get 3.5% of the population out on the street, you've already started change, yeah, and the seesaw has started tipping over. So creative marketing, yeah, that can target that 3.5% and get them on the street, then it is probably one of the most powerful tools to create the tipping point, to take us from gradual, slow, incremental change to something that is perhaps more radical and more disruptive and more in line with what we need to do to save our environment. There are so many of our traditional communication methods that are just failing to get the importance of sustainability across. And it's that dialogue, the narrative, the shared building of meaning between different groups. That's what's going to get us into the disruptive change that's actually required if we're going to hit some of these targets. Sustainability messaging is, I guess, to some extent quite swamped by all of the other messaging and communication and noise that's around about us. Yeah, and thinking about the future of our planet is not something that I guess if we look at the neuroscience of the dopamine you get, in different interactions with technology, you're probably not motivated to look at the dark side of what's happening to our planet. So finding ways to be creative, to draw attention to it, to communicate those. And also I think finding ways to do it that is looking at the positive and empowering rather than bombarding with dark messages is the only way that people are really going to hear the words that need to be said in a manner that they'll be prepared to act upon them. Yeah, so the creativity, if it's not there, it's going to be hidden behind all of the creative marketing of the plastic bottled soft drink manufacturer who has millions of dollars of marketing power behind them, but is having a negative impact on the environment. So we need creativity to get around that financial clout of some of the big players who are not necessarily aligned with sustainability goals. We need a sustainability equivalent of the Be a Legend, Stop a Mate Drink Driving campaign. Yeah, it's that sort of behaviour change, it's that sort of awareness, it's that voice. That's the type of thing we need for sustainability to change people. A framework that I refer to lots to is the Cynefin framework, and it's about working at what sort of terrain you're in, whether you're actually in something that's quite ordered or complicated or complex. And for me, sustainability usually sits in that complex zone where you can't draw out a Gantt chart. Your process mapping software just won't work. Yeah, it's all a matter of probing and looking at little changes and what's the response, how does it bounce back, yeah, and from that then planning the next stage. Yeah, so the whole linear sequential, top up, bottom down, top down, bottom up, actually it's all of those. It's just working your way around them and continually circling around them to probe and test and see where is ready for the action at that point in time, because they're all interrelated. Unless we have the policies changed to enable a change in behaviour, it's hard for even those we convince to change behaviour to change. But we also need to convince them so that the policy will get changed. Yeah, so all those circularities and interrelationships, it's about going around and prodding and seeing, is this ripe yet? Yes, let's focus our attention here now.